Hello, denizens of the internet. Welcome to Call Me Chatto Tech News. On the fourth day of this month in 1957, Soviet satellite Sputnik launched from the Cosmodrome in Kazakhstan, triggering the space race. Of course, the big news is the Facebook, Instagram, and WhatsApp outage. I'm not going to talk about that because it's already old news, but I did want to mention it to be able to include it in my title or thumbnail or keywords, just so I wasn't shagging everyone completely. Oh, and Steve Jobs died 10 years ago. There, now I can legit include him also. Okay, on to real news. If you're a Chrome user, make sure you're at version 94.0.4606.71, because if you're not, you could fall victim to a zero-day exploit. I repeat, any version earlier than 94.0.46.06.71 is bad. Go ahead and check, and I'll wait. You good? I wouldn't want you to get hacked, because that would just be one less person watching my videos. Oh, this just in. Facebook has announced that it has started an extensive review process to figure out what happened. I'm completely shocked that Facebook would want to find out more about its 6-hour outage. I hope their errors and emissions insurance is paid up. We have errors and emissions insurance as a web company, or as we call it, E&O in the biz. You never know when your services go down and everybody wants to sue you. We pay a reasonable amount now, but back in 2000, the year 2000, we created the world's first self-serve two-factor authentication service that any company could go online and add a website page, and it would be completely secured, and they could send Java-based software tokens to people who needed access. We called it Access Armor, and it won CIO Magazine's Best New Security Product Award in Comdex in 2000. We were understandably very proud, but when we renewed our E&O insurance, it went from a couple of $1,000 a year to $26,000. I asked, what the hell? The insurance company said because we now had a security product, we would be targets for hackers. But I said our system prevents hackers from accessing a website. It's two-factor authentication. They didn't care. They didn't understand what the fuck we were doing. All they figured was that we were now waving a big red cape at a big hacker bull. If you're wondering what happened to Access Armor, nothing. Every IT magazine everywhere at the time was predicting that website security was the next frontier, so we built it. But all the Fortune 500 companies we approached said it was too inconvenient for users. Bastards. That's what you get for listening to the IT press. So, we all know that Google has helped kill off entire industries, the news business by scraping news sites of their hard work and publishing it for free, maps, GPS, groupware. But universities are noticing that students suddenly don't know how to use folders and organize things in a hierarchical manner, as in a directory structure of subfolders. Students who have grown up with Google Search just dump everything into one Google Drive folder and search for whatever they want. Well, honestly, it works. This really isn't an issue except for us neat freaks. At one point, there was a literal limit to the number of items one could put on a hard drive unless they were subdivided into subdirectories. FAT32 has a limit of 65,000 plus files per folder. Apple's HFS and HFS Plus have a 32,000 files per folder limit. But now with NTFS and APFS, it's billions. So dump all your data on the floor of your room. Go ahead. Why should you care about your data? Let mom clean up your data. This stupid COVID thing has been hard on many people. Just think of the businesses it blew up. Wedding planners and the services tied in with that. Restaurants, of course. Cruise lines, which can frankly stay dead as far as I'm concerned, although it does keep terrible stand-up comics off the mainland. But have any of you even given a thought to the store sampler people? Yes, those heroic people who stand for hours across from open freezers in supermarkets heating pizza in a toaster oven and cutting them up into microscopic samples and putting them into paper pill containers to hand out for your tasting pleasure. When was the last time you saw a sampler person? Even with the stores coming back to life, where are the sampler people? Businesses need them. Sampling works. One supermarket chain can increase purchases by as much as 2,000%. Not only does in-store sampling introduce new products and refresh old ones, but it also sways shoppers from their usuals, increases store loyalty, and creates a sense of reciprocity. If you timed your trip to Costco just right, you would never have to make lunches ever again. You'd have a smorgasbord of generous samples. Of course, who did this downturn hurt the most? Retired older women who got annoyed when you asked if there was a lot of glucose fructose in that granola bar she was slicing up. No one wants to be threatened with a paring knife, let me tell you. So, as we slowly come out of this horrible 2 years, please thank the supermarket samplers when you see one next time and take the box of whatever horrible chemically impregnated Unilever product she's pushing. You can just as easily stick it into some shelf when she's out of eyesight. And finally, great news. William Shatner, Captain Kirk, looks like he might be finally going up where no chubby 90-year-old Jewish man has gone before on Bezos's Blue Origin spaceship. One of my most favorite actors of all time and a terrifically generous, wonderful person. Let's see what he's saying on his Twitter feed. Fuck you, Bill.